Of this video is I didn't see that coming. Truer words were never spoken. I started off to film one thing today and ended up filming something totally different. You know, it's no secret to those that have watched the channel that my wife and I have experienced some distress, some darkness, and some flat out burnout on some of the things that we've experienced business-wise out here. And we've often wondered, are we ever going to see any light at the end of the tunnel? That's what this video is about. Okay, well, after way too much time, I am finally back together with my best buddy here in the Philippines, JR from Jrc Visa Consulting and Real Estate Transactions, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay,
yes.
Welcome back to my little channel.
Thank you.
All right, so JR and I are going to go over some updates with the visas. The SRRVs changed. There's been some other changes as far as the ages, and we're just going to brush on that for a little while. What I primarily want to focus on in this video is the real estate concerns and how to know that before you purchase a property, the steps that you need to take, what you should look out for, what your company can do for them. And I'm going to be more than happy to confess all the mistakes that I've made. Wow. I've confessed them before.
There are a lot of mistakes.
Yeah. I've done them all, and plus a couple extras I made up.
Oh.
So I just injected them in for fun. So we're going to go over that, and I'm going to try to find out the status of my title to my property and see where we stand with that.
Yeah. So before we start, Paul, I got something for you. Okay. You see this?
Yeah, I saw that when you came in. I saw it red.
Let me give you your title.
Oh my God. You know what? He didn't tell me about this. Look and check this out. Let me look at it first before you do.
Yeah.
Make sure my name's spelled right.
Yeah.
Mary Jane Espargara McGill, of legal age, Filipino, married to Paul Douglas McGill, American citizen. Transfer certificate of title. This is like the pink slip to a car right here. This is the one thing that claims that my wife has full ownership of the property.
Yes.
That there's nothing in the way of her moving forward.
Congratulations.
God bless you, man. You are a rock star.
Thank you.
Let's, forget the visa crap. Let's talk about this, okay? You guys did watch the Filipina Pea. He was on there a couple of months ago. She'll tell you all about the visas. Let's get into my thing. All right. So that is super exciting.
How do you feel now?
Oh, I feel like a 500-pound elephant just got lifted off my shoulders. Because, there's never been so much, when I came over here to retire and to relax and to have a good time.
Sure.
And to get away from stress and get away from, all the bad mojo that was going on in my life prior. And I did that successfully.
Nice.
Until I stepped up to buy real estate. And I came at it with the best of intentions, which was that with the age gap between my wife and I being 30 years, it's obvious that they're going to plant me in the ground before they do her. And so when I leave this planet, what will she be left with? Well, I can leave her with what's remaining in my savings, and that's a finite amount of money. Or I can try to leave a legacy for her.
Yeah.
Where I can buy some land, and we can put a small dwelling on there, a simple dwelling, and it would be something that I know that as long as any human being, has shelter, food, and safety.
Yeah, I would agree.
That's the three components to meeting the basics. So I know that food will never, ever be a problem. She has a little cash flow stream that will never end.
Nice.
But safety and a roof over her head that's permanent, she has that with me while I'm alive. But what happens when I'm no longer alive? And so I just wanted to ensure that. And so that's why I purchased a piece of property. Now, to go backwards a little bit, I've told this before in other videos, but to refresh in those that don't know the story, over a year and a half ago, I bought this land off of a friend of mine named Jules, who was dying of cancer, unfortunately. And God rest his soul. And so he was in big need of cash, and I was in need of land because that's what I wanted to do. So it was kind of like the two came together at the right times.
True.
He gave me a very fair deal. He sold it to me what he paid for it. I bought more land than I wanted, but I figured, okay, I can afford it. I'll get it, and we'll deal with it later. So we did that. I bought it from him, and I hired an attorney to help me with the paperwork moving forward. And unfortunately, the attorney took my money, and then that was about the only motion that he made since. I think he walked to the bank, deposited a check, and that's where he kind of ended everything. And he was referred to me by somebody, and that was just my bad luck, and that's just the way it goes. All right. I found out the hard way that there's really no one out here representing buyers, only sellers. So 6 months ago, back in February, it was JR's birthday, and he invited May and I.
That's November.
November?
Yeah.
It was November I talked to you.
Yeah.
Oh, it was February. I got my month screwed up.
That's no February when we actually go to the attorney's office
That's
and
what it was.
and decided like, hey, we will take it. We will
Okay.
be the one processing it.
I'm going to play the senior card on this one. Okay, months, days. Yeah. November was your birthday.
Yeah.
And you and I had lunch together.
Yes.
You were kind enough to invite May and I to join you for your birthday lunch.
Yeah.
And so we're there, and JR made a big mistake. He said, hey, Paul, what's going on? And unfortunately for him, on his birthday, I told him, I said, I got all these problems with this land, and this attorney's not doing anything, and I don't know what's going on with the title, and I don't know if I'm ever going to own it, yada, 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 yada. And you said, well, let me take a look at your paperwork.
Yes.
And from that movement forward, on February, you started to do the work.
Yeah.
Right.
Before that, we went to the property. You introduced me to the attorney,
Yeah.
and you inform him that I am overseeing the process with due respect to that. And with so many factors involved, we decided to have it on our hands February. Like when I arrived to the Magete, Paul and I pick me up. We see in Cebulan. We drive all the way up to the attorney's office. We get the paperwork. We made a video that time.
Yes.
And then a month after that, everything was moving forward. Like Paul, there was even a time that Paul and May is really having a difficult time in getting your tax identification number.
Yes.
The verification, I remember that.
Yes.
And that is where it goes. And I told you, like, Paul, give me 6 to 8 months.
You did.
Like, from it will be accepted from the tax office, because that's the first thing. The process will start. Preparing the document is another timeline. But when you actually lodge it and they accept it, that is day one. From 6 to 8 months. And that's roughly around mid-March. It's like mid-April, mid-May, mid-June, mid-July, mid-August. It's 5 months.
So the point I want to make here is, if I had not had that friendship with
Conversation.
you and that conversation,
And that stupid question that I told you.
yeah, that I've tormented you with, I would still be treading water right now.
Yeah.
If I had not talked to JR. That's the God's honest truth. I would just be wondering, where is everything? What's going on? What do I do? How do I do it? What? And now, 5 months later, he comes up and presents me with this. And when I get home, my wife I'm gonna have to peel her off the ceiling. She's gonna be so happy. And now we can proceed with looking at building something. And
Please.
so, if you would, give the folks a little idea of the quagmire that I got into, because there's really no such thing as a buyer's agent out here.
Yeah.
But you're filling the shoes of that.
Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit about that?
Very big responsibility, because what they figure out, like after our video February, there's a lot of there's inquiries coming in, and when I have consultations with them on a census of the percentage of a successful transaction versus a not successful is only 30%. So every 10 consultations, they are actually in chaos.
Oh my God!
Like there is one.
I believe it. No, I shouldn't be shocked by that.
Like there is one agent asking money from the buyer or prospect buyer, and he also asked money from the seller. So both ends, he is trying to get money. And then my question is, are you authorized to receive money? Do you have the proper authority from the seller, the registered seller, to receive money on their behalf? There is also one who actually put a reservation on the property partition. They developed it. They pay the reservation. I think that's 100,000, and they don't have even a license to sell from the developer side. And they told me, and they're actually asking for the upfront payment of 2 million pesos. That's 40,000 US dollars, and they're asking for it. And they bumped into me, and I told them, hey, pause. If you lose your reservation, then walk away.
Walk.
Then it's rather than losing 40,000 US dollars.
Absolutely.
Like,
Cut your losses.
yeah.
That's where I found JR to be just head and shoulders above any other businessman that I've ever dealt with out here. Honest, upfront, organized. I remember you took my paperwork from the first guy that had it.
You were
And
just sitting beside me.
I was sitting beside you. And
I know you were observing.
It was just this big pile. And JR was taking it and putting it in order right in front of the guy.
Like I got a bunch.
Yeah.
We don't need this. We need this.
Yeah, this
you know,
is-
where is the locking one?
Yeah. Where's this one? Where's that one? Oh, you don't have it. Okay, fine.
Even write some on the checklist. Oh, it's not listed here. Yeah, so we received that.
Yeah. And another thing that you did that was just unbelievably cool was you had me forfeit some land, the right of way.
Yeah.
Smartest thing that ever could have done, and that is for goodwill with the neighbors.
Yeah.
That will go through eternity, I would
Yes,
imagine.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
You want to explain what we did there? I had the ownership of the roadway. There's a roadway
Yeah.
that I owned that goes to behind my property.
True.
To other people's properties. Okay. And so I actually have the power, I guess, if I own that roadway, to
say
deny
no.
access.
Yeah, true.
I could plant trees there.
Yeah.
I could put a big rock up. I could build a wall if I wanted to.
Yeah.
And they can't get home. And what happens out here is some guys do own those right of ways, and they charge people. They sort of extort from them.
Yeah.
Hey, it costs me $5,000 a month to go home, or for you to get by, you're going to have to pay me this every month. Pick a number.
True.
And I've seen that happen to
Yeah.
foreigners, and I imagine it happens to Filipinos and anybody else concerned, because it just depends on the guy that owns it and what he thinks it's worth and what his moral standard is. And I was really happy to give it to him because I thought that built goodwill amongst the neighbors.
Yeah.
And that made me stand out as a good guy and may stand out as a good lady and good people to have.
Yeah.
And they can, they might, if we're ever in need or something, they'd probably come forward and help us.
Exactly.
Because there would be appreciation there.
Exactly, yes.
And we gain their trust. And I don't think I have to worry about those people. Where before, they might, even though I would never screw with them, that would still bother them in the back of their mind.
Exactly.
Or what if I go away and sell it to some guy and he's got a different mindset?
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. So that was on your recommendation.
Yeah. Because when we actually have the paperwork, it's not just all about paperwork. Remember, the cooperation of the seller is also very important.
Huge.
That they are not just after for the money, and they are willingly to cooperate with you, sign some documents. And I told them, okay, here's my first question. What is your agreement? What is your verbal agreement? And we put that into writing. I talked to May and you, and then I verified that. My attorney drafted the deed of the perpetual road right away. It's 132 square meters going from the main road, going all the way back. And I asked them, okay, hey, the plan, what's the plan? This is your verbal agreement. We need to put it into writing. And once it will be there, then we can actually proceed well enough. Dealing with them properly, you as being putting up the goodwill is someone that they will always look after you.
That's the advice he gave me. And I was more than happy to do it because that road wasn't going to do me any good.
Exactly.
It wasn't going to better me at all.
Yeah.
I was just going to let the people use it. I was never going to build on it.
True.
But by deeding it over to them and just giving it away, they can't screw me around.
Yeah.
Okay, they have to give me passage.
Yeah.
And everybody wins.
Yeah.
But like you
I love
said,
that.
the goodwill of the neighborhood is so important.
It is so important.
Saving face is so important out here.
It is.
And just creating that kind of community. It's hard for foreigners, expats, to weasel into the community and be accepted. You know, sometimes we're just tolerated.
Yeah. That's part of the pre-work.
Yeah.
Now, what I will be recommending you moving forward is to have, this is already the meat of the dish.
Got it.
That's the title.
Yeah, man, it's there.
Yeah, it's there. Taxes are paid, title being registered to your name. The tax declaration is a work in progress. That's the last piece. In between, there are processes that we actually do for you, in which I know you know because I'm giving you a Paul, we're already this is the receipt.
Right.
You have that, keep informed. I'll get in touch in the next 2 weeks.
Right.
And you have that message early morning.
Right.
And my wife is asking me, is Paul waking up? Yeah, I know him. He's awake at this time. So
He knows me really well. It's Paul. It's 4 o'clock. Where's Paul? He's having dinner.
So my recommendation right now is after we had the tax declaration, we'll have it surveyed so that the boundaries of this road right of way will be properly established with you and among others. Why? This is now your safety net, your security, that no one will just come in there like, hey, this road should not be in the right portion, this road should be in the left. Or this road should be like, instead of straight, you go like this, probably in their favor.
This is something you're exhibiting that I see so little of out here, and that is forward thinking. You're not thinking about just us moving in. We can build the house. We got claim to everything. Nobody's ever going to be able to kick us off this property. We have this.
Yeah.
This is ours. But what you're thinking about here is because we gave it away, is to resurvey it.
Yeah.
And then have it on file.
Yes.
And therefore, anybody comes in the future generations from now,
Look at the
30
title.
years from now,
Yes.
when May's 70 years old and I'm long gone, and somebody comes along and starts harassing her, can't happen. She just has to pull out this piece of paper.
Yeah.
That's what you're bringing to the table.
Exactly.
God bless you.
So that
God
is very
bless you.
important because I saw that. I saw that those are common causes of real estate conflicts here in the Philippines. Because probably on your level, in terms of your generation, you can talk well. There's no problem. Verbal agreement, okay, you respect that, you honor that, you have your word. Next level might be the same. Third level, we don't know. They might say, hey, they have different perceptions, they have different upbringings, they have different opinions. Say, hey, 132, I need that. I will not give that to you for free. Now you're giving a goodwill at the back for those owners at the back of your property to access that road with perpetual right.
Yeah.
Duly acknowledged on your title because I need you to have that one annotated. It will be your protection and May's protection.
Beautiful. So it's going to be another 3 months till that's all done. May and I are in no hurry.
Yeah.
We're in no rush. We figured we'd build it after the first of the year
The important
anyway.
thing, you have the meat already.
I got the meat.
You don't know that.
No, I didn't know.
I just give you like, Paul,
No,
1st
no.
of September, SRV, retirement visa, there's a, would you up for a video? Like, okay, fine.
Yeah. He came with this red envelope. I thought he might be serving me a warrant or something. You know?
Please don't.
I hate to say this, Paul, but you're under arrest.
I hate to say it, Paul, but we have a problem.
Yeah, we got.
You need to pay more.
No, you got a problem.
So, yeah.
Speaking of problems, okay, I look at him as, there's a term out here called fixer, which is guys that kind of work under the radar and get past bureaucracies.
It's not so good,
and all
actually.
that. And it's not a good
term.
It's not a good term. But he is the legitimate guy that can fix problems without being underground. He is above ground with a brick and mortar building, with a business license, with staff. You've got guys. What's his name? The guy that's been working on my paperwork.
Raymond.
Yeah. Raymond has been going back and forth, standing in lines for hours on end.
Yeah.
He's been out to Dowling 2 or 3 times. He had this man sign the paperwork.
Yeah.
And every time, if I didn't hear anything from JR, which I didn't for a while, I wasn't worried about it. And then one day, a few days ago, I think you just said, hey, I'm going to be in town. I got something for you. And by the way,
The retirement visa and stuff.
let's talk about the visas
Yeah.
when I'm on your channel.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, cool. So he snafu'd me here.
Because our last video was way back, I think, March?
Yeah.
March.
Yeah.
That's probably 5 months ago, 5 to 6
So
months.
I was originally going to get into visas and SRRV changes and all that kind of stuff, but he sidelined me here in
I
this video.
swayed you to take a look at the meat.
Yes, you did. And so
I'm happy for you. But
I can't thank you enough, brother.
the commitment of having it done and having it delivered within a time frame, that's what makes me happy to see you.
Yeah, I could tell, he's genuinely happy. And if you're thinking about, here comes the commercial part, but it's true. If you're thinking about purchasing land out here, or even if you're thinking about your SRRV or any kind of visa concerns, under no obligation, I would consult with JR and see if he can't streamline the process for you. More importantly, if you're thinking about buying land or a house
Think
or
twice.
anything big like that, let him possibly talk you out of it. Sometimes the best deals are the ones you don't make, right?
Yeah, I
So
would
you
agree.
can start throwing good money after bad.
Yeah.
And that I've seen it over and over again. I've had horror stories told to me, and I've actually recounted on my channel about a guy that built a house or bought a house that was on the wrong piece of land.
Exactly.
It goes on and on and on. So I'm going to, of course, put a link into JR and his contact information if you're thinking about purchasing any kind of property, a condo, anything like that. If you have any, and I'm also going to put a link into a video that he did with the Filipina Pea, where you did cover all of the visa stuff, the changes.
Yeah, the expanded program.
40-year-olds.
Yes,
and,
correct, yeah.
And the change, the visa prices have gone up.
Yeah,
and
visa
all that.
deposits.
P did a great job on the interview. She looks great in her red dress.
I also noticed that.
I remember. And so JR gave a great explanation. So you're going to get a 2-for-1 here on this video. We're not going to talk about visas like I originally intended to. We're just going to talk about titles, things that can and will go wrong. And what was the percentage again of people that were in trouble that you looked at their files and you looked at their deals?
We normally go to the due diligence part.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we take a look at the paperwork. During my consultations right now, I let them narrate what's the story about. If they plan to buy, what documents do they ask? If they already bought, and there's actually like, hey, I'm waiting for my title for about 2 years now. That's
Right,
a red flag.
I hear that.
That's a red flag.
Yeah.
Why? They're buying a portion where, in fact, that particular portion is still owned by someone, not the developer,
Yeah.
or not the real estate company, or real estate company wannabe. If they're starting up, they need to comply with government regulation, government licenses, because that is where the buyer will be protected.
And there's certain buzzwords that people need to be aware of when looking at property. The one that comes to my mind first is mother's title.
Yeah, that's one.
The big red flag to me. And I've heard that from numerous guys. I've heard it from you.
It
It's
will be a
not that
red
it's
flag.
It's not that it's insurmountable, but you can get over that hill.
Okay,
But a lot of times it's very complex. Also subdivisions.
True,
There's a whole other thing with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Hey. And then the right of way, the ingress, the egress.
Yes.
What kind of aggravation?
Yes.
So if you've talked to 10 people in the last month or whatever time frame, how many of them were in a deal that you said walk away from? I know you told the one guy just eat the 100,000.
70%.
70% of the people he talked to, since we've done videos, I guess you get a few referrals from my channel,
Yeah.
others on your own. And then 7 out of 10 people, he told them stop. What a great piece of advice from a guy that's, going to charge you a fee for proceeding forward. And he forgoed your fee, right?
Yeah.
So you can't charge for something you're not doing.
Yeah.
So you just told him, I looked it over and it ain't working, pal. And you need to move on to something else. There's where the real savior is. That's really, that's where the thumbs up comes.
You guys need to know how things are done here.
And I can't emphasize it enough. I know I keep repeating myself, but to have someone like JR with his morals, his scruples, his honesty, his character and his personality, and he's very handsome.
Thank you.
Don't think
I didn't see that
don't
coming.
think I didn't notice. I've had my eye on you. He's give him a call, give him an email. He'll talk to you. He'll respond to you. He'll pay attention, and he's not perfect. He makes mistakes. He hits bumps in the road, just like the rest of us. But again, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put his contact information in the description box. And I'm also going to put a link to P's video that did about the visas.
Yeah, the visa updates.
Because that's what we were originally going to kind of regurgitate here. But he surprised me with my title, which was a pleasant
I thought we were going to talk about the updates of the retirement visa now. What happened?
Something good happened. It was like a birthday party.
Yeah.
Thank you, my brother. Always a pleasure to see you.
We're going to celebrate after this, okay?
We are. We're going to hit it hard. All right. We'll see you crazy people next time. Bye.